India's formula for spin to win versus the much talked about baseball, but this time the Indian edition. This is going to be a really highly anticipated contest between the England and the Indian team, as England is set to tour India for a 5-match series that is starting on January 25, and the first test match will be played in Hyderabad. And yes, it's going to be an exciting contest, but before the test series is going to start, Virat Kohli pulled out of the first 2 test matches, which means he won't be available for the first 2 tests, citing personal reasons. And along with that, Cheteshwar Pujara and Ajinkya Rahane are 2 of the Indian stalwarts in the test cricket arena are not selected in the 16-man squad that was announced for the first 2 test matches. So Alan, today I'm being joined by Alan, and these 3 players that I named, they have been like the backbone of the Indian test cricket team since more like over a decade, I can say. And now with these 3 players not being there in the Indian lineup for the first 2 test matches in such a big, highly anticipated series, what do you think? Will the youngsters will be able to step up in such conditions?
Well, Dia, I'll give you a little story that happened today. So when I was coming to office, I think I gave you a call as well. Before this video started, I said that I was stuck in a huge traffic block. Now that is something that I don't like. That is similar to what the Indian team is facing right now with Kohli going out. But then I just decided, I'll just believe in myself and I'll just start walking. Even though I thought like halfway through, I thought I'll be collapsing somewhere, and I'll just give a call to all my colleagues to let them know that I'm somewhere here. You guys might have to pick me up. But at the end of the day, you need to go and trust yourself, right? Absolutely. I think the Indian team is doing exactly that. I was seeing what Rohit Sharma said on his press conference, where he said, yeah, we did think about, going back to Pujara and going back to Rahane, but when will these youngsters get a chance? So I think this is the right way to go ahead. I mean, Kohli, obviously, you cannot replace a guy like Kohli when it comes to test, almost close to 2,000 runs against England. Yes. In India, obviously, his record speaks for himself. So that is a spot I think we cannot, kind of fill it up with a player of that quality.
And but I think it also gives a psychological advantage to England, not having Kohli for the very first 2 test matches can be a great way for them to start off, right?
But then again, they've been known for their pace attack, right? James Anderson, where is he? He's not in the playing 11.
Yes.
So it also shows that England, while all this baseball thing is going on, they are not confident as well. They are like, okay, what if the ball spins? So I think that's why they went with 4 spinners, and I think we have got guys like Shreyas Iyer, a wonderful player of spin. Guys like KL Rahul, I think he played a fantastic knock in South Africa, which is not, I feel, a little not talked enough because everybody got kind of confused with what happened in the second test. So I think we have got immense talent with these youngsters, and I think it is the time that we stick to these youngsters, because however great Pujara and Rahane is and their record is, I think it is time that we look past them. We kind of bank on these youngsters. Yes, there will be mistakes, but then again, going forward, I think this would be the right way to go ahead for Indian cricket team.
And a very interesting thing is that 2011 was the last time when India played a test match without these 3 players. And ever since, these 3 players have been there since 2012, they have been the regulars in the test side, and India have been invincible. No one has been able to breach that fortress that, India with 15 consecutive test series win. I think that also plays a huge role, and I think Cheteshwar Pujara, if I talk about him as well, he also has a great record when it comes to playing against England.
Absolutely.
But while I do agree that it's time for the youngsters also to get a chance, and who can be in the reckoning of things, with Virat Kohli replacement yet to be announced, who do you think can come in the squad?
I think there are a lot of good talents, especially when it comes to youngsters. We always see the names like Sarfaraz Khan coming in, guys like Rajat Patidar, who has been doing tremendously well. I think he played a fantastic knock against England Lions when the chips were down. He scored 150 odd of 159 balls. So I think that aggression, if you want to counter baseball, I think that we have got the youngsters. Rinku Singh, interestingly, Rinku Singh has been added to the India A squad for the 2 tests against England
Yes.
Lions. He could be a surprise wild pick. So I think the youngsters are there. Obviously, like I said, replacing Virat Kohli, that is like something. That's an equation that we don't want to. That we don't want to get into. But getting someone who could probably counter what England brings in the form of baseball, I think that could be the one thing. Rishabh Pant, if he was there, I think he would have been the ideal man. His Test cricket credentials, what he has done in Test cricket, with the Gabba win, like what Ravi Shastri said yesterday, that was the biggest moment. But obviously, Rishabh is slowly coming in. We wish him the best. So right now, I think we have got a lot of good youngsters in the side, and I think that would be the best way to go.
And as you mentioned about Gabba, that also reminded me that was also a very young Indian side,
Exactly.
against the odds. They managed to, script history by winning that very test match. And, we also have done a video on that. You can go and check it out as well. And I think with the kind of, brand of cricket that India has created, we do have a lot of young, talented players. And, even if, the veteran players are not there, we do have young Indian talent to turn up and win matches for us. And as I said before, India has been defeatable in their homes for the test series at their own backyard. And I think it's going to be a challenge for the England team, who are also, by the way, not having their star batter Harry Brook as well as Shoaib Bashir. He also won't be available for the very first test match. So I think while Virat Kohli's absence will definitely gonna hurt the Indian team, but that doesn't mean that we are in the back foot. We still have a lot of young Indian talented players and experienced players as well, who can definitely turn the game around and counter this very baseball thing. And yes, we are really excited to see how it's gonna turn out. This is me, Diya Kakkar, signing off with Alan John.